it's approaching the supreme moment. Reality striking closer than it seems, don't it? Go ahead, it's for the taking if you want it. If not, the dream dies and you'll be forever haunted. Then confront it.
What's good? I got Social Fire in the background losing her shit over a joke I just made, but alright, let's move on. So, my guy is ready at 100% potential. I think, if you guys remember, November of 2017, when the Super Dragon Ball Heroes banner, collaboration banner came out, every multi-summon, I was pulling this guy left and right, so I think the time has finally come where he actually gets that upgrade. So if you've noticed, I also have the intelligence version of Paikuhan at 100% potential. Both of those units I gave pretty much a heavy focus on additional attack because both of them do greatly lower attack on the enemies with the super attack. So basically that's the format. I am going to try and keep these guys linked up together throughout the video because they do share a lot of links. And the setup for the Super Paikuhan is level 15 additional attack, level 11 for criticals, and I'm actually going to keep it that way even with the additional attack because it actually works out because the upgraded Dokkan Awaken version's passive skill is plus 3 key attack and defense increase of 80%. And then when there's only one enemy, it's going to be a guaranteed additional attack with a medium chance to become a super attack. But if there's 2 or more enemies on the field, it's going to be a guaranteed additional attack with a high chance of a super attack. So that actually works out pretty well because he'll be able to potentially super up to 3 times depending on how lucky you get with the RNG. But you know, I figured it'd be a good idea since I've already had him rainbowed. I figured I would go ahead and do a video with him at 100% potential before the Dokkan Awaken, and then once the medals or whatever it requires to get the Dokkan Awaken comes up, I'll definitely do a updated showcase to just give you a comparison. So I'm definitely excited. The only thing about this guy that I'm a little bit irritated, even with the Dokkan Awaken, is the fact that he's still not on a category. So as you can see, the team I brought is basically a super type team with the transforming Trunks leaders. He is a future Saga lead, but also the secondary leader skill is a super type lead. So, you know, I could have certainly used the agility transforming Goku, but you know, the Trunks unit is fine. So that's kind of the format with that. I did bring in units like Super Saiyan 3 Bardock and the Tuppo unit. They provide, you know, the passive support as well as Tuppo potentially providing, you know, additional support with the super attack. Not that you're going to see it on this video because I didn't bother putting Tuppo in the first slot because I wanted to keep a certain rotation throughout the video. So again, you've got other units like the Kaioken Angel Goku as well. He at least has the Otherworld Warriors link skill that's 10% that he does share with the both Paikuhan units. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting. Right now, I mean, even with the 120% lead, I should say, even though it's within 120% lead, Paikuhan's not doing too bad. Now, we'll see, you know, like, I don't know, like, they really need to give him a category. I'm really surprised they didn't. It's just, every unit in the game right now should at least have one category, honestly. But, you know, I don't know why they didn't. Who the hell knows, but it is what it is. So the best we can do at this point is 120% leads with the super type. So that's pretty much the format with that. But the good thing to note about this combination of both the Paikuhan units is, as I've mentioned, both of them have the ability with their super attack to greatly lower the enemy's attack. So even if you only super like 2 or 3 times, that is going to make a hell of a difference. You're pretty much eliminating a lot of damage taken from your team is basically taking a lot less in damage overall because, you know, it applies to the enemy. So whoever they end up attacking, it's going to apply. So it's definitely beneficial in situations that do apply. Basically, any enemy that has the ability to have their attack decrease, it's gonna make a hell of a difference. So, you know, I thought about testing it out on different scenarios, but for now, you know, I think Boss Rush 8 is fine. For the time being, it's one of the, you know, tougher stages available, and you're allowed to fight against a variety type of enemies. So I think it's the best situation to test them out on different scenarios against different types. So that's pretty much why I chose him. So I did try to put him in harm's way so you could actually see how much in damage he actually takes. before and after the super attack where the attack reductions take place. So that'll give you kind of a good idea of how much of an impact that actually makes. All right, so again, it's been a long time coming. And back in, like I said, November 2017, when I ran, I don't know, 4 or 5 multi-summons, literally got back to back of the Strength Super Paikuhan units. I was kind of mad at the time, but I mean, it was such a troll banner, I kind of laughed it off, and I'm actually glad I have all copies because, I've always been curious about this unit, how he does, and the fact that they actually gave him some pretty nice setups with the Dokkan Awaken is going to make him pretty interesting as a unit to test out. So I don't know what kind of team I'll run. I'll probably run something similar, maybe switch things up a little bit, probably replace Topo with another better unit maybe, but it'll be interesting. Actually, I'm thinking I might just replace Topo and bring in the LR Goku from the Super Battle Road rewards. I might go ahead and do that instead. That might actually end up working out since Goku also has the ability to dodge attacks, and then he does have experienced fighters link skill, 30% increase to attack and defense as part of the passive. I think it also provides a key boost, so should help out the Super Paikuhan unit quite a bit. The only reason why I didn't include that Goku for this showcase is because I didn't want to include too many units within the same type. So I wanted to kind of diversify, the team build a little bit. But overall, yeah, I mean, he's not providing much in damage, but that's not really the benefit that this unit brings at this point in time. The biggest benefit this guy brings to the table is really just comes down to the fact that he greatly lowers attack as part of the super attack. But with the Dokkan Awaken, I think you're actually gonna see some decent output with this guy. Not necessarily damage output, but attack stats. You're gonna see a lot higher numbers than what you're seeing right now. I mean, right now it's a flat increase of 10,000, I think, toward attacks. So that is going to change into a percentage point. So that's going to, instead of that 10,000, it's going to become 80% for both attack and defense. So along with greatly reducing enemies' attack, you're also going to have a defensive boost of 80%. So he should be able to defend a lot better than his current state is. So I'll definitely be looking forward to it. But I'm glad they have a lot of the units finally Dokkan Awaken. I mean, it took a while. I don't know why they didn't do it. I talked about this in the last video, but I have no idea why they waited, so damn long to give Dokkan Awakens to, the units. I mean, they should have just done it every year, but at least that gives us hope in that the Xeno, Goku, and Vegetas, and all those units, they should get a Dokkan Awaken next time around with the Dragon Ball Heroes collaboration banner, hopefully. So, there's still a few units that could certainly use the Dokkan Awaken, but for the time being, I mean, they came out with at least 4 units with Dokkan Awaken, so it's going to be pretty awesome, I think. So here we have a situation with the Strength Paikuhan in a type disadvantage scenario. So I think I remember recording sections where he is receiving attacks with that in mind. So, hopefully there's going to be footage where, it's in between attacks. He'll be getting some attacks and then being attacked after the super attack, and then that way you can kind of see the difference of, how much of an impact it actually makes. Surprisingly, I'm not seeing too many additional supers kick in. It really is dependent on RNG, but if you can get 2 super attacks consecutively with this guy, it's probably going to make a lot of difference. And the good thing to know with that is, with the Dokkan Awaken, it's pretty much going to be a much greater chance of that happening. So, like I said, it's going to be very interesting. I honestly think he's going to be a pretty good unit and useful at that. The only problem is he doesn't fall into a category. That's really the big drawback with this unit. At least, if he would have gotten some sort of category, and I don't know what on top of my head, but at least give him one category, But for the time being, we're gonna have to deal with 120% max leads, and that's pretty much the extent of it. Unless, they come out with eventually probably 150% leaders to all types, kind of thing. We'll see. It'll probably happen sooner than later, but maybe toward the end of this year, early part of next year. I don't know when that'll happen, but hopefully it does. In comparison to some of the other units, he's actually not doing bad. Like Kaioken Goku right here is about 317,000 without the critical. Yeah, so in the grand scheme of things, I guess he is doing okay. He could certainly do better, and he certainly will. So definitely looking very forward to the Dokkan Awaken. Like 398,000, I could definitely see that jumping up on a consistent basis to like, you know, maybe in the region of like 500,000 on a consistent basis on a realistic rotation. He should be able to put out those types of numbers, and on top of that, you know, guaranteed additional attacks with medium or high chance of getting a super attack, along with, you know, level 15 for additional attack. That's going to be very interesting to test out when it does come out. So, like I said, I'll definitely do an updated version once the Dokkan Awaken comes out, and you'll pretty much be able to see a direct comparison between the before and after. So it'll be quite interesting. All right. That's pretty much it for the showcase for the Super Strength Super Paikuhan. Hopefully you enjoyed the video as always. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.